Here we go!
Man, that opening cutscene was something else, wasn't it? But so is this game as a whole. What's up, everybody? This is GamerBlake90, and welcome to a brand new fan game playthrough on this channel. And in this video, I am more than happy to present a Sonic fan game that has won the heart of the entire Sonic community, and that is Sonic Robo Blast 2, which is made by Sonic Team Jr., who unfortunately do not have any affiliation with that of the original Sonic team working for Sega, but they might as well at this point, because this game... Dude, look at this. Between the opening cutscene and the presentation of this title screen, I dare you to tell me that this game doesn't catch your attention. Like, the expressions on the characters' faces seen here, the art style, the fact that the background graphics are leaning in the direction of that of a Sonic Genesis games, and the soundtrack too? All of these are variables of a formula that leads to an incredible Sonic game, and this is one that I've been excited to showcase ever since I actually discovered it just a couple of weeks ago. And that makes me quite late to the party, because apparently this game has existed for about 2 whole decades. I kid you not, it's been around for that long. And throughout my entire time span, it's been continually getting updated. And after playing through this game a bit myself, essentially testing it, rather, not going any further than the first level, I love how this game controls, I love how it looks, everything about it. And I am so excited to finally be able to show it off to everybody watching this video. So anyway, before we actually do get into the game, we're going to go into the tutorial menu. And we're going to have Amy Rose down there guiding us through the basics of the game, so let's get started. Now, although this tutorial used the keyboard controls when demonstrating how it works, I'm actually using a PlayStation 4 controller to play Sonic Robo Blast 2. This game does come with controller support, so to anybody that may have been concerned about having to default to keyboard or the mouse to get anything done, you need not worry. Your controllers will be just as adequate for the job. Now, we're going to start by learning how to move around. And here's the tricky thing about how this game controls. Your focus will always be on the direction the camera is headed. This in turn influences how your abilities will work. As you can see here, you can have Sonic facing toward the left or right, and he'll automatically turn to face the area in front of him, and where his focus will be on as well. Of course, you can move in any direction you want just by using the left analog stick, whether it be left, right, up, or down, anywhere, but I highly recommend you start getting into the habit of moving the camera simultaneously with that of your movement, because you always want to keep your eyes on what's in front of you, as well as your entire surroundings. This is also very impactful on the use of your abilities, such as the spin dash and the air dash, which is also known as the speed thock, but those are basic we'll get to in just a second. For now, anybody who has not yet discovered Sonic Robo Blast 2 will want to know what to expect, which is why I'm throwing the tutorial menu into this first part of the playthrough, which again, I'm super excited to do, and I hope you all are just excited to check this out. If you want to download this game for yourself, the link for it will be in the description below. And make sure you are up to date on the most recent version of it. They should be dropping those updates over on their home website, which is www.SRB2, which stands for Sonic Robo Blast 2.org. Not .com, .org. Keep that in mind. Now, this part of the game talks about how you use the camera while moving around. And I believe I showed it off just a bit ago, but I'm going to show it off again, because with the inclusion of these walls, this is the basic that is especially important to get down. So again, if you play a PS4 pad like me, you'll want to get into the habit of using both your analog sticks regularly so that your movement is not hampered by any means. Because again, this is a 3D Sonic game, despite the fact that its controls are incredibly simplistic, much like that of a 2D Sonic game, just readapted for a 3D environment. And though the graphics here are not the most advanced, they don't need to be! They get the message across just fine. Okay, so now this part of the tutorial. You see the gold Eggman statue in front of us? You gotta keep that guy in front of you at all times while you work your way to the exit, and this is where the right analog stick comes into play. Keep that lovable fella there in your sight, and move towards the column of light that signifies the next part of the tutorial. And I kind of forgot to start reading off the tutorial screens at the bottom, or tutorial text rather, but I might as well now. With some practice, controlling the camera directly like this becomes second nature. Know that the camera can't go through most walls, so if you stand too close to a wall, the camera will zoom in to avoid being pushed inside. Makes sense. Obviously, platforms revolve around jumping. The default jump key for keyboard players out there is the spacebar, but in the case of PS4 pad, I've set it so that by pressing the X button, I'll be able to jump, like so. Now, In comparison to that of a Genesis game, Sonic's jumping height does not seem all that great here, but what it lacks in verticality, it makes up for horizontally. It is so easy to pick up speed with your movement in this game that you could cover so much space just off of that alone. But of course, there's a wide variety of items and abilities that could help you with that. Case in point, Sonic Spin Dash. It works slightly differently from that of the mainline Sonic games, in which you don't tap the button repeatedly to charge the Spin Dash. What you would do instead is hold it down to charge the move, and once you hear the rev up sound cease to be, the move is fully charged, and then you can let it go to unleash the Spin Dash. And if you want, you don't have to charge the move all the way up in order to use it. You can just charge it up slightly like this and use it anyway. But if you charge it up less, you won't move nearly as fast when you release the Spin Dash. Alternatively, while you're moving, you can press the Spin Dash button, which in my case is the square button on the PS4 pad, to perform a roll while you're running. In addition to spin dashing, this will help you get under walls like this. And if you happen to roll while you're moving down a hill like this, well, let me spin dash back up there real quick and I'll show you. It's very, very impactful on your momentum, like so. See, Sonic picked up speed by traveling downwards on that hill while he was rolling. And of course, the same applies with the spin dash. Like I said, momentum is incredibly easy to pick up in this game. And this has always been key to having a good Sonic game. The fluidity of your movement. Each character has a special ability that you can use by jumping, then pressing jump again in mid-air. Sonic, your ability is called the Speed Thok, named from the sound it makes. The sound it makes in the Sonic Adventure game. Hence the Speed Thok. It launches you very quickly forward in the direction the camera is facing. This can be useful for accelerating instantly and crossing large gaps. Use the jump and Thok to reach exit. Now again, this goes back to what I said earlier about the camera having an influence on your abilities. You can face towards the left or right, but when you start charging the spin dash, you'll immediately go towards where the camera is facing. And the same rule applies with that of the Speed Thok. Face towards the right, but have the camera face in this direction, and Sonic will Speed Thok in the direction the camera is facing. Just like that. So again, get into the habit of using both your analog sticks regularly for controller players out there, or you might find yourself struggling. Of course, I think if you're fairly experienced in, I think it was third-person shooting games, or was it first-person? I forget which terminology it was. But, you know, games like Call of Duty, Apex Legends, Modern Warfare. If you're familiar with controlling games like that, it should be easy for you to pick up on how the camera works in Sonic Robo Blast 2. The Thok is extremely powerful, but stopping afterwards can be hard. Like the spin dash, make sure to plan ahead or you'll soar off directly into hazard. Also, while this may take a bit to get used to, the Thok goes where the camera, not Sonic, is facing, just as I said. It might sound weird, but the advantage is that the Thok always goes in a direction you can see in. And it is understandable, also very important to know. Finally, shields in this game are the special ability you can activate. Now, to activate the shields in this game, what you would do is press the button you've assigned as your jump button, and then press the spin button, or in this case of the PS4 pad, press X and then press square, to activate the abilities outlined by each shield. Some of the traditional elemental shields you've seen in Sonic 3 make a return here, but there are new ones to discover as well. Like the Wind Shield, which gives Sonic essentially his Sonic Colors / Generation / Forces ability. Press jump, and then press spin, and whoosh! Like, look at how floaty he is when he does the double jump. And how fast he moves too. I think from that alone, you could imagine just how much space he'll cover with something like this. And when we do get into the full game, I think it will blow your mind. In any case, that is it for the tutorial. There's not a whole lot to cover here, because again, the controls are quite basic. The only difficult part about these is actually applying them in specific situations, at which point they start to become, well, possibly a wild animal to manage. But that's usually not the case. This game is very, very forgiving with its control, so you're gonna have a lot of fun here. This also comes with multiplayer, so you could play this game with other players online. Isn't that cool? Imagine playing games in the style of classic Sonic, but online with other players. And no, Sonic 4 doesn't count. In any case. Now, I think it is time to jump into the main game. You can pick from any of these characters to play as. You can go with Sonic and Tails, or just Sonic, or just Tails, or just Knuckles. And each has their own abilities that you get to work with. But because I'm so attached to the blue blur, we're gonna go with Sonic. Now, Sonic can blast through zones faster than anybody else, but he finds getting through hazards the most difficult. Ability, Speed Thok. Double jump to zoom forward with a huge burst of speed. We just covered that. Tip, the Speed Thok can be hard to control, but it's quite powerful once it's mastered. Remember, you can hold backwards to brake. Actually, that was one tip about the Speed Thok that I hadn't realized, so I'm going to keep that in the back of my mind. Anyway, now that we got the tutorial behind us, let's go into the first stage of Sonic Robo Blast 2. Greenflower Zone! Woo! And tell me this doesn't look stunning to you. Again, the graphics here aren't like super advanced, but they don't need to be. Between the art style and this godlike soundtrack, and look how good the rings look too. Look at this! And these flowers. Oh, and the flickies are bouncing all around us too. They'll do that for like a couple seconds or so before they leave the screen entirely, once you free them. And the water here looks incredibly clean too. Look at this. Now, be careful here when you go underwater. You follow the same drowning rule as you do in other Sonic games, so don't stand under there for too long. And I had to hold myself back from playing an imaginary guitar in mid-air, because I think this invincibility theme is one of the best I have ever heard in any Sonic game, fan-made or otherwise. This just gets you revved up for what is to come. Oh yeah, and this shield that I picked up in that cave there. This is another one of those unique shields that debuted in Robo Blast 2, and it comes with the capability of being able to take 2 hits before it goes away, like I'll show you. That's your first hit, and then when you get hit a second time with the shield up, it's gone. So try not to, try to take your advantage with that shield for granted, because it will be very useful. Anyway, let me mess around with Speed Thok again for a little bit, because I want to show you all just how easy momentum comes to you in this game. Like, look at this. You see how easy it is to get your speed picking up? You can clear a huge area within seconds, just with the Speed Thok alone, and the Spin Dash. But I prefer the Speed Thok because obviously it's a lot more accessible. It's essentially a tamed down version of Sonic's homing attack that you're familiar with from the 3D games, as it comes without the ability to lock on to enemies, but the appeal to it is its launch velocity and the speed at which it goes. I think it'll definitely be counted among Sonic's better abilities in spite of the fact that it can't lock on to enemies. And it really widens the possibilities in a game like this. Because as you'll soon see, the environments here are incredibly expansive. There is so much to do here, it's not even funny. You could clear the levels quickly if you wanted, of course, a la speed running, but if you ever wanted to stop and appreciate the levels in their entirety, you could totally do that too. See these mountains here? Covered with all this grass? Holy crap, bro! The art team went ham on this fan game! The water surface in this game is reflective. Look down there, look at that, look at that. The mountains are reflecting off of it. The water looks crystal clear in this fan game. And certainly not threatening in the least. Despite the Sonic, it has a huge weakness to water. Alright, I think we had enough opportunity to appreciate our surroundings. Actually, no we haven't, because look over there. That mountain Eggman's face on it, I think that's the mountain that got destroyed by his attack as seen in the opening cutscene that started off this video. Like, see right over there? I think it kind of borrows a detail seen in the Sonic CD opening cutscene where there was a similar, expression, but I think it was on a plume of smoke as Eggman went up in flames. That, I believe that's like in the ending credits scene for Sonic CD, I want to say. Anyway, back to the game. This is another unique shield that debuts in Robo Blast 2, and I believe it is called the Explosion Shield. What you do is, by triggering it, it activates an explosive effect that destroys everything around you, enemies included. But it's a one-time use only, and once you use it, it goes away immediately, so I suggest using it sparingly. And also not losing it, because like any other shield, you'll lose it if you get hit by an enemy first, so try not to let that happen. Anyway, if I can just manage my momentum correctly, I think I can get to that spring up there. Well, I almost had it, but I didn't turn the camera right in time. Let's see. Ah, shoot, I flew over it. Come on. No, I didn't want Speed Thok. Get up there, Sonic. There we go. Oh, I didn't realize that was there, but I know what that is. That is one of the keys to a special stage in Sonic Robo Blast 2. Because yes, you can collect the Chaos Emeralds in this game, but the special stages here work incredibly uniquely. Like, they sort of blend in 2D and 3D all in a similar instance, and while not allowing the two to intersect way too much. It's hard to explain, but when we get to a special stage, I'll show you. But as you might have just realized, your ability to enter the special stages isn't governed by how many rings you have, but by your ability to collect those gold coins like the one I just found up there. I found another one, but it was in a different section in this level, so I didn't know that one up there existed, but that's good to know. Now, you don't have to exactly touch the checkpoint in order to activate it. You just have to pass close enough to it for the effect to go off. And just like any other checkpoint in the game, you'll be brought back here to the last checkpoint that you touch if ever you lose a life. For being a game that's like 20 years old, Sonic Team Jr. never stopped putting effort into this game, and I just love it. I just love it. I can't get enough of it. There's so many words that I could use to describe how much I adore this fan game, but I think you all get the point by now. Like, why did I take so long to discover this? I don't understand anymore. This takes everything I ever wanted in a Sonic fan game and brings it all together into a formula that actually works. Why is my tongue coming out? There we go. The excessive momentum of this game definitely comes in handy in instances like this. And speaking of excessive momentum, boom! We're already over here at the ledge just like that. Oh, these guys. Hello there. You weren't missed, and no amount of fishermen, so I'm not about to go fishing for badniks. I'd rather just break them instead. Okay, let's come down here this ledge, take this guy out. Oh, I think there was a 10-minute time limit for stage 2, and we're taking way longer than I thought we would, so we need to pick it up. We're gonna pass this narrow cavern here, and I think with another special stage coin we can pick up nearby here, but I'm kind of forgetting where it's at. I said earlier I played through the first stage a couple times to get a feel for how the game works, but I haven't fully memorized the locations of all the items in the stage yet, so, my bad. Oh, shoot! The speed thought was entirely accidental. But whatever. I'm just gonna pick up the windshield, the speed shoes, and now it's time to go fast. Just like in Sonic X, gotta go fast. Oh god, the speed up theme too. Bro, the musical team of this game is talented. You can't tell me that they aren't. This is something else. And even double jump is not going to be enough to get me up there. For this, we need the spin dash. So give me a second to charge it up. Boom! There we go, because there's an extra life up here, and I did want to pick it up for insurance. So let's do that, and boom! That's the gold post, and that is it for Greenflower Zone Act 1. I did take excessively long to clear the first level, but in part that was due to editing, and in part because, like I told you, I was excited to show y'all this fan game. This is a fan game that deserves all the spotlights that it can get. I mean, it gets enough of them as it is, because the entire Sonic community just cannot stop talking about this game, and for good reason. But I figured I should do my part in showing off how majestic this fan game truly is. In fact, this channel has been going in a bit of a direction regarding multiple fan game showcases, so I felt it was best to continue that tradition. Because there's so many fan-made projects out there that don't get the attention that they rightfully deserve, and so I felt like taking it upon myself to fix that, while of course balancing out with my playthroughs for the Sonic games that were made by Sega, and of course all the mods for Sonic Mania and other Sonic games out there, because Mania is far from the only game to get mods like this. I think Sonic games have been getting modded for well over 10 years or so. This is something else. But yeah, the special stages. Like I said, they're kind of 3D and 2D all at once. You immediately go supersonic when you enter a special stage, which is kind of weird, seeing as we don't have the Chaos Emeralds right now, but I'll go along with it. And your task is to collect an assigned number of blue spheres, and then make it to the end of the course where you break that machine there and free the Chaos Emerald, which is now flying around Sonic's form. And then you gotta take that Chaos Emerald straight out of a special stage. And if you do so, it's all yours. And of course, score bonus are calculated in conjunction with your collection of the Emerald, which are, well, we haven't even gone further than the first act, and we're already well past 100,000 points. So yes, scoring is pretty generous in this game, and get this, you can enter multiple special stages after completing a singular level for as long as you collected the the assigned number of special stage coins for something like this. In the last act, we collected 2 of them, so we get to play 2 special stages. So if you ever got tired of having to work your way back to the special stage, at least to the one that you lost in, after working so hard to get yourself in there in the first place, Robo Blast 2 kind of holds your hand there and allows you multiple attempts, but not in the same special stage, unless there's only one left in which you haven't claimed the Chaos Emerald. In this case, we have 7 in all, because the magic number of the Chaos Emerald is 7, and in casinos. Oh my god, though. Look at this environment of a special stage. This is something else, dude. Like, it's not so much, like, we're being taken to a different dimension in the exact way that you see in the initial Sonic games, but this does kind of combine that aspect with existing environments. I don't exactly know how to explain it, but there's something ethereal about these environments, if that makes any sense. And of course, when you add in this soundtrack, it's just too good, but it makes me want to stop playing and listen to it entirely. But I can't exactly do that, as we are in a playthrough. And it does need to be seen through to the end, just like this special stage, which we shouldn't be far from finishing. From how it's looking. There we go. Second emerald in our grasp. So we now have the green and... I want to say it's either pink or purple, or is it magenta? I don't know, and I don't care. What matters is we got both these Chaos Emeralds to kick off the playthrough. And now we can go to Greenflower Zone Act 2. This honestly might break the record for longest opening video to a Sonic playthrough that I've ever done. But for something as amazing as this fan game, I didn't want to leave out a single detail. I will say, though, that after we beat this stage, everything else that I see in this fan game is going to be completely new. So, with the exception of Greenflower Zone, this is going to be essentially a live reaction playthrough in Sonic Robo Blast 2. Oh yeah, and with the speed shoot in this game, you get Sonic's after images that show up behind him as he's moving along the level, just like in Sonic Mania. Love that effect with the speed up upgrade. It's always been something that's intrigued me the most about the speed up shoes. I don't know why the after images were never added in, like, say, the first Sonic games. But eventually that detail got added in, and that's all that matters. Anyway, there's a platform up there that we can take if it would just come on back down here so I can use it. Okay, there we go. And about the soundtrack, it constantly changes with every level. Though if you beat the boss, it kind of reverts back to the Act 1 theme, but that's hardly an issue. Yo, look at these cherry trees! Okay, oh. What is this? The Magna Shield? I think this is Magna Shield, because I'm seeing electricity around Sonic's body. Let me see if it attracts rings. It does! Okay, so I guess we'll call it the Electric Shield instead. Except it comes without the double jump that the Electric Shield used to have in the initial games. But hey, that's a sacrifice I'm all too willing to make, because I got the Speed Thought to make up for it in spades. Anyway, oh! I just saw a targeting reticle show up over this enemy. Is it a homing attack shield too? It is! The Sonic 3 Robo Blast, excuse me. The Sonic 3D Blast homing attack shield is officially back. That is awesome! Oh yeah, and there's a special stage coin hiding around in this part of the stage somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. And as soon as I take care of these guys, these enemies are pretty easy to junk. But if you're not careful, you could bump into them by mistake. It's easy to get super carried away by how fluid the movement is. And I'm sure you're coming to appreciate that fact the longer you watch this video. But yeah, of course, you lose the effect if you go underwater. Kinda forgot about that fact. We are not immune to the rules of nature. In fact, Sonic's not really known to fight nature. He thrives on it. Why else do you think his home is Green Hill Zone? Anyway. Oh, wait, what's down here? Oh, the last section that we were in. We're gonna have to jump back up here. And clean these guys out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's one more left. 5. The slight difference in these red badniks as opposed to the initial blue is that they move slightly faster, but other than that, it's not really enough to make them threatening, so I wouldn't sweat them too much. Alright, now, the springs here feel kind of weird, because based on the direction you're... Oh wait, no, I understand it now. Based on the direction from which you're looking at them, they'll change direction themselves. Probably ever so slightly, that it winds up taking you off course from how the rest of the springs are positioned. Like, say if you go over here, and you press the spring this angle, if it was facing in a different direction, you would be launched in that direction as well. Essentially, they follow the same rule as Sonic when it comes to which direction you're looking in with the camera. So, important to note that. Because the first time I took that spring, I missed the second spring, despite not touching a direction at all. Now, let's come down here, because I think there is something down there. Yes, there is. Oh. This is one of the most interesting shields I've seen in this game. And there's a section up there. Up past this waterfall. Wonder what's up here. But yeah, this is a hybrid fire shield and a bubble shield. Its spin ability, and I say spin ability because you do use the spin input to activate the shield's effects, is that you zip back down towards the ground, leaving behind fiery effects on the ground. I don't know if these effects will harm the badniks in any way if they move over the part of the ground affected by the shield, but I guess we'll experiment with it later. And despite the fact that this shield is half fire, because of its association with the bubble shield, you won't lose it by going underwater. So, this is awesome. What is this? Okay, so when he zips back towards the ground that's covered in water, he bounces off of it slightly. What's up with that? I'm gonna have to check that out later. Okay. Let's see if we can clear this gate with the spin dash. Boom! Holy crap, there is a lot of water here. There's enough water for you, IGN? Let's clear these platforms and see where this spring takes us. Oh! It's like an alcove where there are multiple ring monitors and an area we can go into. I think with this, we're going to need... We're going to need a spin dash, but we're being pushed backward through the water. So this could be tricky. Let's try something. Stand still. Can we fight the current? Can we fight the current? Okay, I'm literally mashing the spin button, and it's actually working. I didn't actually think it would work, but here we are. Okay, what is this? What is that? It's got like a spade symbol on it, but what's it for exactly? And I know there are other symbols like that, like the few that I found in Act 1, but from a previous playthrough. I don't know what effect they have though, but when I did collect one of them, it said something about a piece of content being unlocked, so I guess these emblems serve as your means of unlocking extra content, because in addition to Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, you can play as a huge cast of characters. And I believe this applies to both single player and multiplayer, but you probably have to unlock them first. I'm not entirely sure, because again, I haven't beaten this whole game, so I don't know what all it has to offer. So bear with me, please. It's as much a live reaction to me as it is to some of you. Okay, we're gonna pick up an extra life. We're now up to 11. That's an encouraging number for being in only the first level. But in the later environments, we're gonna be likely to spend a lot of those lives trying to figure them out, because I have no idea what is to come. Let's take this spring, and I know there's a special stage coin hiding out around here somewhere, but I'm having a hard time finding it. Can we break this ground? Wait, can we use a shield? Crap, that won't work. Alright, we'll just zip in here and see what goes on. Get out of my way. I don't remember seeing this section in Act 2 of Greenflower Zone. But this should be simple enough to figure out. If I could just board a platform, that would help my case. Board a platform? I guess I inadvertently made a Smash 64 reference. How do I do that? I don't know. And Jesus Christ, dude, but time has flies from how much I'm enjoying this game, and we're like 8.5 minutes into the second act. Are you kidding me? Alright, pick up that extra life and then move it. Never mind. We're already at the end of the zone. And I think I picked up a special stage coin again, like near the very start, so we should be going into another special stage. In fact, if you see the symbol to the left pop up, that is indicative of the fact we're about to jump into a special stage. And in this case, it's the Flooded Cove. Excuse me. But, this was the last special stage I tried playing that I had a bit of trouble with because I got lost. So hopefully I can make up for that. And if you're worried, no, you can't drown underwater in these stages. Which is a nice change, because even in Super Sonic, you could drown in the mainline Sonic game. So this is a refreshing break. And I guess essential for the sake of the special stages. Now remember, right, we had to pick up 80 blue spheres, was it? We'll know, because when we pick up the required amount, the color over the number indicating the blue sphere that you picked up will change to red. Okay, all the spheres are blocked inside that area that we cannot get to, so we'll just have to move it along. And unfortunately, I've lost all of my speed I was gaining earlier. There are combo links in the special stages, and these are maintained as long as you can keep collecting the spheres and the rings at a fast enough pace. And the higher your speed link goes, the faster that you go. Okay, we found the Chaos Emerald. Let's see what we can do. Because I messed up the last time, hopefully I can make up for it. I think because I went way too far off course trying to explore and I ran out of time. But we got like a little over 2 minutes left, so I don't think this is going to be an issue. Let's pick up these loops of orange circles. Oh yeah, I'm gonna break through these walls too. There's a lot to do in these special stages, guys. These guys went all in to make these special stages the most, I want to say the most expansive yet. And it shows. Now, I'm trying to turn toward that section there, but uh-oh. I think this is where I got lost. How do I get out of here? There we go, we found the exit. Thank goodness. It shouldn't be that much hard to get to the exit now, just as long as I don't botch this. And those are speed boosts that will launch you along the level, but just be careful not to touch the analog stick too much after touching a speed boost or launcher. Let's call it a launcher for simplicity's sake. Touch one of those and try not to touch the left analog stick immediately after, because you don't want to mess up the angle at which it launches you, because typically those angles are beneficial to your movement through the stage. In any case, 3 emeralds down, and now we have the boss act for Greenflower Zone. Finally! By the way, something to note, there aren't any rings to pick up here, but you will always start a boss act with 10 rings, so fret not, this is not Sonic 2 Game Gear where you had to fight the boss battle with no rings at all. Sonic Team Jr. is not nearly that merciless. God bless them. Now, this boss is fairly simple. Wait for him to shoot a laser, and then move him with the attack. Once you scored 5 hits, he'll upgrade his attack to a triple laser, which he'll shoot 3 times. So you have to wait for the attack to subside first, and then go in. You can't press the attack before he finishes firing his laser, or you will touch the laser beam accidentally, and you'll get hurt. So you have to exercise a little bit of patience contending with this boss, but other than that, not really a challenge to it. But it is the first boss battle in this game, so it's not really supposed to be known for a difficulty curve. And once you've beaten the boss, there will be a capsule that sprouts up in the very center of the stage. You break that, and that is it for both the act and the zone that you were last in. So for the next video, we're going to be going through the Techno Hill Zone in Sonic Robo Blast 2. So, thank you all for watching. I will see you in part 2 of my Robo Blast 2 playthrough when we go through a Techno Hill Zone. And if you enjoy what you saw here, you all know the way to let me know about that. Drop us likes and comments, hit that sub button, and ring that bell. Because I don't want you all to miss a single part of this playthrough. Period. So guys, I am out of here, and don't forget, blue blurs for life! Take care, peace out.